This past week has seen a new contender in the wrestling game brand wars, plus a surprise game reveal makes us ask, how strong are movie game franchises? We are Fansensus, and this is the rundown. AEW Fight Forever was launched on June 29th and is the first big wrestling game in recent years to do battle with the market leader WWE and the 2K franchise. So let's see how both games performed across some of our metrics. Ring the bell. In the first 72 hours of launch, AEW Fight Forever got a formidable amount of press, seeing the game feature in 261 articles over 153 sites worldwide. This outperforms WWE 2K23, which featured in just 128 articles over 93 sites in its first 72 hours. However, this battle shifts back in WWE's favour when looking at social coverage. 2K23 within the same 72 hours generated an impressive 3.1 million views on YouTube, with AEW underperforming with 847,000 views. To add insult to injury, on Twitch AEW could only manage 15 streams and a poor 5,190 peak viewers compared to the commanding 100,000 viewers set by WWE 2K23. But let's move on to movie games and see how they're performing after a surprise announcement this week. The small but mighty Annapurna Interactive showcased their 2023 and 2024 lineups. The big news to come from the showcase was the announcement of Blade Runner 2033 Labyrinth, which gained the most press coverage out of all games featured. It amassed 297 articles in the first 72 hours, with a huge 56.49% of those being headliners. The next best performing title of the showcase was To a T, with 291 articles. However, only 10.65% of these were headliners. Surprisingly, the lowest was Ghost Bike, which featured in 149 articles but headlined 41.61% of them. For comparison, here's how a couple of other recent movie game titles performed in those first 72 hours from their announcements. Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora got a respectable 4.2 million views on YouTube, with a remarkable 935 press articles covering the title. Evil Dead the game, on the other hand, got a lot less, with just 573,000 YouTube views and 378 press articles. But here's where Blade Runner 2033 Labyrinth runs out of momentum, as it has the least views of the three titles, at just 527,000. This is close to Evil Dead, but gets worse for Blade Runner, as it's only got 15,383 likes to Evil Dead's 30,108, indicating a lower interaction for this new Blade Runner title. It's clear that AEW still have a long way to go to gain the reach WWE has in the wrestling game business, but they have certainly started strong for their first console game title. It also appears that movie games are looking to piggyback on the success of the IP that spawned their creation. They're certainly getting a lot of press coverage, but there will be a large reliance on fans of the franchises to make sure these titles don't flop when released. Anyway, that's all for this week. I hope to see you all in the next episode of The Rundown.